Hi, I'm Sam Sedell with Team 5.
Hi, I'm Laura Paul.
I'm Marina Martinka, and I'm also part of Team 5, yes.
Hi, I'm Dalford Phillips. I'm with Team 5 as well.
So for this unit, Unit 2, we're covering significant challenges impeding technology adoption in K through 12 schools. So for the first two challenges, or solvable challenges, Laura will go ahead and handle what her analysis was of that reading.
One of the first ones is creating authentic learning opportunities. And so we want to talk about what that is. So authentic learning prepares students for the skills and knowledge demanded by universities and the workplace. So how can they apply the things that they're learning in the real world? The kids need a lot of hands-on learning and just experimenting with different things and getting them exposed to different opportunities. And also schools establishing relationships with the broader community through active partnerships with local organizations, which basically means, if you have an electrician nearby, have them come and show the kids what kind of things that they do, just exposing these kids to see what kind of things that they can learn and use it in the real world once they leave school. And our other solvable challenge is integrating technology in teacher education. And those challenges include teachers not being trained or prepared. And then the other is trainings that just focus on how to operate the equipment versus how to incorporate this into a lesson. And so how do we solve this challenge? So programs that provide support and training already exist. I know Obama implemented Connect Ed, and then in Finland, they have a program called Educata already. And other ways that we can solve this challenge is by creating national standards, and then university having pre-service programs. So, or any students that are trying to be teachers, we can get them training while they're at school, in going through university, so that they can be prepared for the work life.
So in the further reading for those challenges, something I thought was really interesting for authentic learning was actually an article called Building a Tech Culture. And basically what it did was it looked at a school in Philadelphia, and it basically saw what they were doing to implement technology and to bring in authentic learning. How can they make technology less a class or an elective class and more of an integrated thing that's put together with their projects and such that they do. But really the important part was that they highlighted that there's a lack of standards both from the government and in the school district itself that needed the school leaders like principals and teachers to step up and make sure that their curriculums infuse the technology into their learning. So for the next challenge, we'll go on to Marina.
Okay, so we're talking about difficult challenges, and one of the difficult challenges is rethinking the role of teachers, which will go hand to hand what Laura just introduced. But basically, the problem is that the role of teachers right now, just teaching and implementing some of technology, is not good enough. The whole system needs to basically flip, and students need to be able to get content from online courses or partially from online. So it's implementing technology in a bigger scale. For instance, in Kentucky, the students in high school have access to curriculum 24 hours a day. Anytime they can go back and just conduct their own research and their own learning by technology. Personalized learning, and it goes hand to hand to the previous one, because it's not just instruction one fit all. It should be truly face each student separately, and that's why this technology implementation is very, very important. So these challenges are difficult because we do understand the importance of these two ways, but we still don't know how to approach them. We're not sure it's way too big to solve in 1 or 2 years.
So in the further reading, there was an article that I read that was said, what happens when students control their own education? That was the title of the article. So with that, there was a school that was a 7 to 12 campus. They basically had low scores for their standardized tests and a really high student turnover. So they decided to switch to a student-focused teaching model where the students are more, they more work along a plan that lets them go with what it is that they want to go into for a career later on. And they've actually changed themselves from meeting standardized testing goals to meeting competency standards instead. And those kind of go hand in hand, like with what Marina had just said of changing the goals. All right, and then Alfred has our wicked challenges, so he'll go ahead and go over those.
The report that came from the Brookings Institute argued that it's not a social problem that needs to be fixed, but it's a problem that's related to the infrastructure that was never built in to help identify these effective practices and systems in schools, and that solutions, therefore, may come from looking at how the healthcare industry had scaled back innovation. And what they mean was that the healthcare had a problem in the 80s, and they looked at models of businesses and they used that to help fix themselves. So they're recommending that schools also do that. They look at other industries to see how they fix their problems and do that as well. And the experts on this topic surmise that these types of innovations often fail because teachers struggle against the odds, which are about being underprepared, not having proper education in their background, or that they don't get enough professional development to help to make their classrooms ready for this new era.
So in the further reading for this challenge, one thing I thought was really nice is that they had a lot of resources rather than articles or kind of case examples, because this is something that hasn't really been solved yet. So one form of technology for scaling technology to give teachers kind of that preparation, like Dalford was just saying, was the Learning Designer. And this is basically a web-based tool that allowed teachers to see and kind of design their curriculum to see if they were teaching objectives were being achieved, and to see if they were putting together technology better with what it is that they were teaching. So with that said, that's pretty much all of the challenges that go along here with the 2015 K-12 edition of the Horizon Report. And I guess we'll see y'all next unit.